For the last 23 years, Leading Edge Music in Sale has been the epicentre of all things music for local artists and music lovers. Throughout the digital revolution, Neville and the team at Leading Edge have been at the forefront in the fight to keep it real. Now, after all this time, they're closing the doors. Our team visited Leading Edge to find out why.
I started in 1993, so it's nearly 23 years. And yes, we started, we didn't really know what we were doing, to be quite honest.
Well, I feel really sad in many ways that this store's closing, because you always get good advice here. And I've known Neville Gutteridge for about 25 years, and every time I come into this store, I never have a sensible conversation.
It's a sad day when any record store goes under, in terms of or moves or whatever the situation is. I don't know, but it is always a sad day, because we've got to encourage that always in terms of the expression of the arts. There's nothing like it. As a musician, even a few days go past and you sort of you can't do without it. So it's but it's a great avenue for expression of individuality and everything. And to do this it's a travesty.
One of the things that I had to come to terms with was the sort of music that everybody liked. I had to know about. So I had to know about metal music. I would wait until the first young fella came in and I'd give him a listen to the new CD and I'd say, hey, isn't that a fantastic metal CD? And of course he'd say, yeah, and you should hear the guitar riffs on track 3. So when the second bloke came in, I'd say, this is a fantastic metal CD, you should hear the guitar riffs on track 3. So by the time I'd had 12 kids in, I'd know that metal CD back to front. And it wasn't until I was at the footy one day watching my son play that I realised I'd made it, when there were two fellas in front of me and one said, oh, I buy my CDs at the other place around in the shopping centre, and the other bloke said, no, you need to go to Heavy Nev, he knows what he's talking about. The kids always in their bands had nowhere to play, because no one really wanted to have a listen to a metal band. So we used to hold nights in here, and I'd get a band down from Melbourne, and they'd travel all the way down here and they'd set up and they'd play for free, and that was the draw card. But then all the other kids would be in there and they'd have 20-minute sets. And
what was the behaviour like? They didn't smash your whole show?
Look, I could have those kids in here and all they wanted to do was come and listen, and they were fantastic kids. They were really brilliant. I suspect it'll make a fairly big hole, because most of those buyers that still want to chase CDs are after the hard to get and difficult to find, but they tend to be in that age group that doesn't download. So they're going to miss us a fair bit, I suspect. The biggest highlight was Russell Morris's Sharkmouth, because I was struggling to find an album one day to play on the album of the week of the ABC. And I pulled Russell's album out. They'd only been out about 3 weeks, and I thought, oh, I'll have a listen to this. I haven't heard of Russell Morris for a long time. As soon as I played it, I thought, this is fantastic. So we played it on the ABC and we got a good response. So I then set about selling it, and it wasn't very long before we'd sold quite a number, and Russell rang us and said, hey, what are you doing down there? Well, how come you're selling so many? And the long and the short of it was, he went on to win an ARIA for the Best Blues and Roots album and sold over 100,000 copies. That was the sort of thing that independent record stores can do. I mean, it's been the most exciting 23 years of my life. I've really enjoyed doing it, and particularly up to 2008, when we had the economic crash and things started to slide. CDs started to decline at that stage, and it's made it difficult for artists to make a living. Yeah, I'm going to miss it, and but then again, I'm probably moving on to the next stage of my life, which is a bit of retirement, but I'll still retain an interest in local music. I'll still be tied up with the Bundalegua Hall and whatever else is going on around the place.
Any chance of coming over to your listening room? I hear that's a fantastic setup you've got at home.
Well, yes it is, yes. You pay to get in the door.